Assalamu alaikum, shalom, shalom, hotep, Islam, Alafia, what's going on, family, what's going on? Happy Monday, happy Monday. We made it again. Another week, same goals, same mission. Another week, same goals, same mission. We made it, y'all. Happy Monday, what's going on? How y'all feeling, The sun is out, the weather is nice. You can't ask for nothing else, right? I hope we have good health, right? I hope we have good health. I hope we are healthy, we're strong. Wa alaikum salam. What's going on? All right, we got a very special guest here tonight. A young lady, she's going to talk about health. She's going to talk about being vegan, being plant-based. So make sure you have your questions ready. She's going to talk about her recipes that she has. She's going to talk about her ebook that she has, right? All that is going down here tonight in a few minutes. All right, so please come on in, lock in. Also share this live. If you're into health, if you're into having recipes, if you're into if you've been thinking about transitioning from eating meat into being a vegan, or if you're vegan and if you're thinking about transitioning into plant-based, you want to stay on this live. Not only stay on this live, but share this live as well. Share this live with 5 people who you think will benefit from this live. You already know this is an educational platform, so we pride ourselves in giving information and knowledge to our people that will benefit them. But you must apply the knowledge, right? Because applied knowledge is true power. All right, so I'm going to bring the sister in live so that other people can tap in and can benefit from the wisdom that this sister is about to drop here tonight. Peace, sis. How are you? How are you, sis? What's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Busy day, but I'm here. With the people and everything. How's your day?
It's good. I am super excited to be here. Like, I haven't done too much today, but
Okay.
just relaxing. I haven't done content in a couple of days, just trying to give myself really just a reset. But overall, I'm doing really good.
Indeed. All right, cool. So we're about to jump into it. I'm gonna state your bio, and then we're gonna get into the interview.
Okay.
All right. Your name again is
Frederica.
Oh, Triderica.
Yes.
Okay, I was saying it all wrong. Pardon me.
It's okay.
All right, family. So, assalamu alaikum, shalom, hotep, Islam, Alafia. What's going on, family? Happy Monday. We are back with another episode, today with a young lady. She's going to be talking about health and wellness. She's going to be talking about her transition from veganism to plant-based. She's going to be talking about how to get your toddler to eat more healthy foods. Listen, man, the summer is coming up, the weather's warming up, so you definitely want to tap in to see also what fruits to eat, what to eat and what not to eat, all right? Because we all know that we could be doing much better health-wise, right? Some of us may be making a lot of money, but that's nothing if your health is not good, right? So definitely tap on in and share this live. All right, so I'm going to state the bio. Remind me again, Triderica.
Yes.
Good. Triderica, 26-year-old mom and fiance. She shared vegan and plant-based content on her social media to moms who look to have a more holistic approach to their natural lifestyle. The majority of her content is geared towards easy vegan recipes, advice, and tips for anyone who, again, is looking to make that transition to veganism or plant-based. Many of her followers are looking for convenient ways to feed their toddlers and their family more healthy items. Okay? And she's passionate about the connection between nature, plants, and natural healing of body and wellness. All right. So, sister, thank you again for tapping in with DTR 360 Books podcast show. So we're gonna start off with tell the people how did you grow up? Did you always grow up being a vegan, or that was like later on in life?
That was definitely later on in life. I grew up like everybody else, just like eating like, what I wanted to. I never had any type of specialized diet or anything like that growing up. It wasn't until I want to say this was right before I went to college. So 2015, after high school, my uncle, he is actually a lot into veganism, herbs, and all of those types of things. And he was the person that introduced that lifestyle to me and, gave me information about how it would change my body and the benefits and all of that from it. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of all in. Again, this was right before I went to college, right out of high school. So I was like, I was making the garden brand, all of these basically a lot of processed, vegan food that people start off with. But that's really, where I started, not to be, I guess anything, strict, but really just introducing myself to that lifestyle, trying to have a healthier body, but in no way, shape, or form grew up that way.
Right.
My dad's family is from Alabama, country E. My mom's family is from Memphis, so all of that, like there was never any type of restrictions on my diet. But once I did transition, then even though it was, some of those processed things, I did do a combination. But, just transitioning, I did do some of those processed things, but I felt better. And I was like, oh, okay. This is something that I could definitely, get into. And I was excited about it. I lost a little bit of weight, nothing too drastic, but I was already, I wasn't, overweight or anything like that. So I just dropped a little bit of weight, but I felt better, automatically felt better. And then, of course, transitioning to college, I got a meal plan and all of that, and that just completely like threw it off. I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to find a way to get back to where, I was and learn more about the actual things I should do for I guess not a correct vegan diet, but a whole food plant-based diet. And it wasn't until I was with my fiance and after we had my daughter that I really fully transitioned to a whole food plant-based diet, which is what majority of my content is about now. And he wanted to be more into that holistic field because my fiance actually he had did a vegan diet before we were ever together, but he knew more about the herbs and holistic part of it. I just really knew basics about having a vegan diet, period.
Whoa, okay. Whew, that was a lot. Okay, let's back up. Because I want to take the people through your transition, right? So you said that you started out, your uncle introduced you to a healthier lifestyle, basically, right? So at that point, was you against it? You was like, I'm not, eating this, like how most people are, or was you like 10 toes down instantly?
Yeah, I was down instantly, and I was actually kind of surprised because I know so many people do have that, like I don't want to do it type. Yeah, that pushback. But for me, I never felt that way. I want to do something that's better for my body. Like I want to be healthier because even before, like I did do some of the dieting and stuff before, but it wasn't vegan. It was just, me trying to do better, like, not keto, but something along that lines, but me trying to be healthier. So I never had really any sort of pushback with it at all, like most people have.
Okay, cool. And so before your vegan lifestyle, you was eating what? Meat, pork, beef?
Yeah,
fried chicken?
I never was a big pork person, but as far as like chicken, seafood, all of that, never really too much of a beef person either. But as far as like chicken and seafood, yes, dairy, eggs, and all of that. Right. And again, I did have maybe pork here and there, but I never was really too much a pork person. And really, it's funny because my mom says even when I was younger, eating chicken, like I would never finish my food like all the way when I eat chicken. I just was eating it because that's what everybody else is doing. Like what else do you know different? Right. So I guess not really a meat person in general, but that's really just the way that I grew up. But like I said, over time I realized, hey, like I'm eating this out of convenience, not because, you know, I like it, you know, type deal. You really like the seasonings and the sauces more than you like the chicken and what you're actually
True.
eating.
True. And so when you transition into quote unquote vegan lifestyle. Okay,
Yes,
so
just purely vegan.
you drop the dairy, the milk, of course, the
Mm-hmm.
cheese, the meats.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your recipes like then, being a vegan?
When I first started, it was nothing special, just me trying to find my way. So I would look recipes up online. Again, I would go to the store, get some of the, you know, meat substitutes and stuff at first. Like nothing was any type of I guess structured at all when I first started, like it is of course now. I love to cook regardless. So
Mm.
that, you know, was easier for me. Some people in that transition, they don't either know how to cook or like to cook. So that makes it a little bit harder because if you're, you know, being plant-based, you have to cook. You can't just go out, you
Yeah.
know, and get what you want.
Right.
So that part was easier for me. So I would try different recipes and things like that. So, but again, nothing was ever like structured and standard. I just moved from there.
Cool. And so then you left that lifestyle and eating habits, and then you transitioned into a plant-based,
Mm-hmm.
healthier lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
First, tell the people why that transition, because some people just stay at being vegan and then that's it.
Yeah.
So why plant-based?
So I felt like, again, being plant-based was better for my body. Again, me and my fiance did this transition together before after we had my daughter, because we wanted her to be, you know, vegan and plant-based when growing up. So we're like, I don't want to give her all this, you know, processed food and all of that. So she needs to have a structured, you know, plant-based diet. So we're talking about, you know, good grains, you know, quinoa, a variety of, you know, beans, fruits, vegetables, all of that. So that was very important to us. So that's how we more transitioned into a whole food plant-based lifestyle. And again, we feel even better than, you know, than we did with a purely vegan lifestyle. And I was so excited about that because then I was able to start, you know, posting about it on my TikTok is where I started.
Okay.
People were just like, she's vegan, my daughter, because people, I guess, at that time didn't really see too many toddlers or babies, you know, be raised in a vegan lifestyle.
And so question, and while you was pregnant with your daughter, did you continue to eat healthy? Did you have like a vegan pregnancy?
Yes, I did have a vegan pregnancy,
Well,
but again, it wasn't completely whole food, plant-based like my lifestyle is now. It was just purely eating vegan.
okay. And what was that like? Was it hard for you? Did you get any cravings of eating meat, ice cream, things of that nature?
It was more just having convenience a whole lot of the time. So I wouldn't say, you know, cravings. It was a point in the beginning of my pregnancy where I didn't want to eat whatsoever. So that kind of took care of that portion. But I wouldn't say that it would ever be like super cravings. It was just, you know, I want sweet, I want salty, you know, that type of deal, but not the meat portion, I would say.
Got it. So I know that you have a ebook out, right? You have an ebook. So let's talk about your plant-based baby ebook. First, why you decided to write a book about plant-based, and tell the people what the book is about.
Okay, so my ebook is basically showing you easy starter recipes to help your family, well, not your family, well, yeah, your family, and particularly plant-based toddlers. Show your family how you can make simple recipes, you know, to start off with for somebody that doesn't know anything about having a plant-based lifestyle. So I do have, again, it's very simple. It's nothing extended or anything like that. So I have recipes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and also dessert recipes. And I included what I have as far as vitamins for my toddler, some of the brands that we use as well. So trying to just really help you start off with no prior information about a vegan or plant-based lifestyle. Because so many people ask me, how can I start? Like, how can I get my child to eat these things? And in all honesty, like, I think people are so stuck on my child is just going to like this. Like, your child really doesn't know what they like until they try it. So you never know what they will or what they won't like. Like, I made spinach lentil curry for my toddler. She was like 1 at the time, like 1.5 or something. And I didn't even know that she was going to like it, but I gave it to her the first time and she ate it all.
Right.
Like, who would think that a toddler, you
Right.
know, or a baby is gonna like
Right.
those type of flavors? But like,
As long
like
as
I
it
said, we don't grow
tastes
up that
good.
way. Yeah, as long as your presentation and your flavors are good, they
Mm-hmm.
don't care if it's meat. They don't care
Right.
if it's dairy. They just
Right.
want to eat good food.
Yes.
So we have to realize that, like, just because, you know, we feel like we're not gonna like something, we don't know what their taste buds are, which they are very sensitive to begin with. So them having getting a taste for natural flavors and things of that nature, and fruits and vegetables, like, they're, I guess we're shaping their taste buds, if you want to
Right.
say, to have a healthier, you know, palate.
Right. Right. Oh man. That's key. I want to touch on something real quick because I'm a teacher. I'm not sure if you know. I'm a teacher, and so recently, again, as the weather, I'm on the East Coast, New
Okay.
York. As the weather starts to warm up, I buy fruits. And you know, I just have it in my class, and you know, they come up and ask me, "Hey, Mr. Cummins, can I have, you know, a tangerine, orange, or whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but you're right, because it's like when they're young, they, you know, they don't know what they like, and of course, my students are much older, you know, 6, 7, but yet still, it, they know that they like fruits, right? And they know that it's good for them because it's healthy. Even if they don't eat it at home, if you put it in front of them, they're going to gravitate towards, you know, eating healthier. And that's just key because, again, if you put soda, Chinese food, KFC in front of a child, of
Yes.
course they're going to eat it
Yes.
because you're pushing it in front of their face, and that's all that you're giving them. You're not
Absolutely.
giving them anything else. So what do you say to, and you know, we're not bashing parents, but again, still, we want to let them know, and of course they know, but you know, they may make excuses or whatever, but the effect of giving your child or your children unhealthy food, greasy food, you know, fast food, what effect does that have on the child?
Yeah, so people don't realize that, like, the cereals and they literally market everything for a child, which has natural flavors, additives, all of that. And then when, you know, your child is acting out, they can't concentrate, they're having these mood swings, and you think that it's you know, a kid actions, but in actuality the food is affecting their actions and the way that they act on a daily basis. You send them to school and they can't concentrate, it may be the food that they're having on a daily
Right.
basis. They have sugary cereal in the morning with all of these different types of additives in it. They go to school and they can't function. They literally cannot function, and you get mad at them because they're not. But in reality, it's things that we have to control, you know, for them, being the, you know, adults, and giving them healthy foods. Like, instead of giving them, you know, those sugary cereals in the morning, they can have fruit. You can have
Right.
smoothie bowls, like all of those things. They're not missing out on quote unquote sweet foods or good foods. I have so many people comment on my social media like, "Oh, why do you make her vegan and plant-based? She's missing out on her childhood." Hell, like, this, it's not, you know, what people believe that it is. Just plain salads and all of that. They think I'm feeding my toddler, you know, plain foods, but it has nothing to do with that. Like, my toddler, she does popsicles, she does ice creams, all of that, but I make them. I make nice cream,
Right.
which is, you know, the base is bananas. So she's still having all these traditional foods that kids would have, but there's no additives, there's no artificial flavors, there's no, like, all of those things that, you know, that shouldn't be in a kid's food or in our diets, period, that would be, you know, affecting us long term, our gut health and everything. So I also make a point to tell people, like, your food is connected to everything. It's connected to everything. Your emotional health, mental health, like your physical health, is connected to so much more than people just, you know, think. They think, hey, I'm just gonna eat this, and that's just pretty it. They don't think beyond that whatsoever. And again, I try to emphasize that to people, and they're just like, hey, my kid is getting sick so often. Like, yeah, kids are gonna have their immune systems, you know, develop over time, but no kid should be getting sick 3, 4, and 5 times during a month.
Right.
Like, that's abnormal.
Right.
Like, my toddler, like, she's 2 now. She'll be 3 in September, and I can literally count on my hand, like, maybe 2 or 3 times where she was actually, like, sick.
Right.
Again, her immune system is developing, but we take elderberry daily. I give her sea moss daily, like all of these things to help her immune system. And again, I'm not piling on artificial foods and bad foods in her body, so she's able to effectively fight it off. And my child, I actually still breastfeed her, a couple of times a day as well.
Wow.
And people think that that's
Wow.
abnormal, like her being 2 years old. But in other countries, people do that way older than we do.
Yes. So let's talk about that a bit. So breastfeeding. Why you decided to breastfeed your daughter?
So as far as the breastfeeding, I actually never thought too much about breastfeeding before I was with my fiance. He again was more the holistic person when we met, and he taught me about herbs and actually had a home water birth, which again
Nice.
he introduced me to as well. So but I love it. Every single moment of having this holistic journey with my family and having a baby and all of that, I feel like I connected more to myself as a woman, and like all of that across this journey.
Right? Femininity.
Yes, and the power that I feel like my body, could do. Because before, talking about that, or even thinking about that whatsoever, like having a whole birth without medications, and I don't know if I can do that. Like that's not normal right now, for people to do. And I had, family members that were scared for me. I'm like, should I be scared? Like, I think that I can, do this. So that along, of course, came with the topic of breastfeeding, and me knowing that she was going to get all of my good nutrients from me having, a good diet and her immune system and all these things that I was looking up. I'm like, why wouldn't I want to breastfeed? It's, cheaper not spend any money on bottles, formula, all of that. And then also some women think that they can't breastfeed. But I also had, a doula, I had a midwife, and I had resources for people to help me, even when I felt like, because she wouldn't latch for me for a second. And I kept getting motivation from my fiance, like, you can do it. Like, but if I hadn't had that motivation, if I hadn't had those teachers to help me, I would have given up in the beginning. But again, now we're 2.5 years old and I'm still breastfeeding. So we just need those people in our community and that knowledge to know that, hey, like, we can do this. Like, this is the norm for us to do, and it's benefiting our kids.
Indeed. Shout out to your fiance too, man. It sounds like he's a very key integral part and you doing what you do. So shout out to that, man. I love that. So give us some recipes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for people who are looking to go plant-based.
So normally in the morning, like I said, I do sometimes we do smoothie bowls, which is just your fruit. We don't do I don't buy any type of cane sugar or anything in the house. I do dates. So that's a naturally sweet thing that we do in the house. So we do our fruit, we do dates in the smoothie bowl. I do a lot of hemp seeds and chia seeds, which are good for your your omegas, your protein, and all those natural sources of that. So I love our smoothie bowls. I love our regular smoothies. We do chickpea egg scrambles, which I don't know if I've done that on my page before, but I also had talked about it. So chickpea egg scrambles. What else do I make for oatmeal? Of course, is one. Use quinoa flakes in place of oatmeal if you don't want to do oatmeal. We do a lot of fresh juices in the morning. As soon as I get up in the morning, I like to do chlorophyll water, tea with some type of herbs and sea moss in there. And also my daughter, she does sea moss like a champ. She'll take it spoon, and she doesn't care. So she does that in the morning as soon as she gets up. And like I said, most of the morning she is an oatmeal person. So I try to put all the nutrients I can into oatmeal. So again, I do date syrup or agave in there for her. I don't know if you've seen on my page before, anybody that follows me, whenever I do juicing, I save that pulp and I dry it out, and I go ahead and not puree it, but I grind it so it's like a powder, and it's extra fiber to any of her meals. So if I do make her, a smoothie bowl of oatmeal, I put it in there, and it gives it a little bit of color. I just did beets and apples, so it looks pink. It looks like a fun color to her, but it's just fruits and vegetables. So I do those in the morning. It's really a variety of things that I do. And of course, in my ebook as well, I give some of those simple recipes that you can do, for your toddler or for you in the morning as well. Because it's not as I wouldn't say it's as complicated as people make it out to be, because there's so many other categories of foods other than just meat and dairy. And I think people are so used to just having those things that they don't think about the 1,000 other things, other foods that we have, here
Right.
for us. Because she still
Right.
does yogurt.
Okay.
She does the Harmless Harvest brand, which is just coconut meat.
How do you do the yogurt? Sorry, because I know yogurt is made out of milk, right?
Yes, so usually yogurt is made out of milk, but with the Harmless Harvest brand that we use, it's made from coconuts, coconut meat. Yes, so that brand is the one that we like because it doesn't have any extra additives or anything, any sugars, natural flavors, anything like that. So that is the brand that we like to do as far as yogurt. And then for our yogurt, also I urge people to use a natural colorant, so blue spirulina, green spirulina, all of those things that can give a kid, those colors, but you're not adding anything artificial and foreign into their body. So again, like there's so many, I get excited about so many things that we can add to our kids' diets, but we're taking that from them when we're just thinking about things that we can go, buy in store that are easy for us. But plant-based things can be easy as well, but we just have to learn those things. And again, like I have some people on my social media that are so against a toddler or a baby growing up in a vegan lifestyle, but if you don't know any other fruit other than an orange and an apple, of course you may think that it's limited, but we are so unlimited in the foods that we can eat. It's crazy.
Yeah. Today, speaking about that, today I gave my students kiwis, right? And they were just so happy because, as you said, like, it's new to them and it tastes so good. And we don't know that, some of us, even as adults, we probably heard about it, but have never tasted the fruit kiwi. And it has black seeds in it, and it tastes so good and sweet. So, I was just happy to introduce something new to them that they can go home and say, hey, I tasted this in class. So that's dope. So speaking of fruits, the summer again is warming up. What are some fruits that we can eat for the summer?
Oh, our favorite one is watermelon. Okay. We love watermelon. We love watermelon in our house. We do watermelon juice. We do just plain eating watermelon. I'll blend watermelon in just, a fresh drink in the summer. Popsicles. You can do popsicles, like even like you can get on Amazon, the little molds and stuff. You can make your kids popsicles. Like all of that. Watermelon is great. It's like our number one fruit that we like to eat in the summer. But I think that's the main one that we like to have in our house. And of course we have a few other fruits, but I think watermelon is always going to be like our number one. And I also tell people, like, if you get a watermelon, of course, try to get it seeded if you can. It's so many, like I know I'm familiar with like stands and people like we have here. You go by people's trucks and local farmers and things like that have, the watermelon. But yeah, it has all the electrolytes that you need. It's hydrating more so than water. So her watermelon is the best, literally the best.
Yes. And where do you get your plant-based food from? Because that's like another question. People don't know where to go, right? Do you go to a farm? Do you have a house? Do you have a garden where you grow your herbs and so forth? Where do you get your ingredients and your grains and your fruits from?
So I have a combination of that. So I do have, like, I'm growing right now sprouts in my house, but aside from like the small plants and herbs that I have in my house, any other fruits and vegetables and things, I usually go to Sprouts. I used to shop at Kroger, but Sprouts is like my number one now, and whatever organic I can get, I get organic. So my daughter, she loves apples, she loves, oranges, bananas, like all of those simple fruits that we can get from the store. But if they're not simple fruits like that, anything that's I guess rare, you say like baby bananas or girl bananas, dragon fruit. You can go to international market. People always asking like, how do you get all of these different fruits? Try your local international market. They are gems. They are absolute gems. Now, I didn't know that really up until like maybe 2 years ago, where to get like all these different, you know, exotic fruits and stuff and mushrooms that
Right.
people, you know, would have. I was like, where do you get those? But going to your Asian markets, going to your, you know, international markets, they have those. So please try your local international markets for anything that you cannot find at a regular grocery store. But for any weekly shopping I do, I just usually go to Sprouts. And like I said, I used to go to Kroger. Whole Foods, I don't do any of my main shopping in whatsoever because that gets on the expensive side. People complain about a plant-based lifestyle being expensive,
Yeah.
but you're just doing your shopping wrong. I literally spend less money now on shopping than I did when I ate meat. Like,
Wow.
people actually think about it, like you're like beans and quinoa and lentils and things like that, they're going to be cheaper than your meat. So like you can get a whole bag of lentils and they be like $1 or something, but if you get meat, it's gonna be like, you know, $6-7, I
Yeah.
guess now. I don't know
I
how
don't
much meat is now. But yeah, so you're gonna actually spend less than you do. Like I said, I get some specialized items like, you know, my spirulina and hemp seeds where, you know, are a little bit on the pricier side. But if you're spending less money on everything else, that's not going to affect your grocery list buying one high price item for the week, you know, type deal. So people ask me, this lifestyle is so expensive. Really, it's not. And you do have, you know, different things like food deserts and things of that nature, which can affect what you have access to. But for the majority of people that say that they have access to those, they just don't know how to do that, or they don't know what to buy.
So we seen a picture on your profile, like a before and after picture, right? That you posted,
Yes.
transitioning from vegan to plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any similarities between vegan and plant-based, if any, and the differences between veganism and plant-based? If you can.
Yes. Yes. So being vegan and plant-based, I always tell people it's definitely a difference. Being vegan, you are majority thinking about animal welfare, like you're about the animals, not using anything that you know is going to harm them and all of that. Which vegans don't eat any meat, dairy, eggs, anything of that nature. Anything that has to do with animals, they don't consume. Being plant-based, it just simply means that you just eat majority plants. Some people that are plant-based actually do still eat meat, eggs, but their diet is consumed of mostly plants. So what I try to usually tell people is that I'm whole food, you know, plant-based, a whole food plant-based vegan, but that's just a mouthful.
No.
So most of my content says vegan, so people know, hey, like I don't consume, you know, meat, dairy, eggs, and this sort, but my diet is still plant-based. And I know like those terms can get a little bit, you
Right.
know, muddy
So,
for some
yeah.
people. So
What
I
is
try to use those.
okay? So what is plant-based? Is it plant-based isn't vegan?
No, plant-based is not vegan. Plant-based just means that it's just consumed, your diet is consumed mainly of plants. You don't have any restrictions as far as, you know, if it's animal-based or it's not animal-based. So that's the difference. And like I said, I try to keep most of my content saying vegan because I don't consume, you know, the meat, dairy, eggs, and this nature. Because like if somebody looks up the definition of plant-based, it's not going to be synonymous to being vegan whatsoever.
Right.
So I do try to use those, or say plant-based vegan or something like that. Try to specify my content to being different from other people on the internet. Because like I said, if you look up vegan recipes, sometimes you'll get the impossible meat, you get beyond, you get all these different types of processed food items, but that doesn't mean plant-based. And it's the people put for marketing plant-based on so many things, and it's not really plant-based. It's not really healthy for you whatsoever. So I guess that also gets in some confusion with the meals that I feed my toddler. Some people are just like, you're giving her all of this processed food. Like, no, we are plant-based, whole food plant-based at that. So the vegan lifestyle and plant-based, again, people get really, you know, confused about it. But once you know that like my diet is consists of mainly fruits, vegetables, whole foods, it's very different from being simply just vegan. I'm not saying nothing is wrong with being just simply vegan, because again, that's what my content is about, you know, being void from those different type of animal products. But people that are vegan, just simply vegan, they want to do it for animals. You don't want to eat these types of things. You don't want to wear these types of clothes, use these type of products because they are harming animals, which I don't want to harm animals either. But the majority of my lifestyle is because I want to be healthy for my body.
Word. Man, we are winding down. Family, we will be taking a couple questions. So make sure that you put them in the question box below. We will be taking a couple questions for our interviewee. In the meantime, in between time, sister, tell the people where they can find you at if they're interested in purchasing your ebook. Where can they purchase that at, and anything else that you want to add real quick?
Yes, so all of my information is in my bio, and every single platform I'm on is at My Black Girl Roots. So I have my page here, of course, on Instagram. I have a TikTok, which is at My Black Girl Roots as well. I even have a Facebook page now that I have put my content on. I've always had a Facebook page, I guess, like since 2012 or something like that. But now I've been posting my content to Facebook, and I've been getting a lot of good feedback and response to my information on Facebook. So now you can also follow me on Facebook, which again, it's in my bio on my profile. I do have a YouTube page, not so much. I don't post frequent on there, but I will be posting frequently this summer. I'm going to start doing long form content for people that are like, hey, I want to see every single step that you do when you make your food. Because I do have videos, of course, but people, you know, want a little bit of hand holding, you know, when it comes to making recipes. So for people that don't know anything about cooking, anything like that. So I do want to do long form content for them. And of course, I have my ebook, which is in my bio. And you can purchase my ebook on there. Again, it's on TikTok, Instagram, any platform I have. My link is always going to be there. And also in my link in my bio, I have the sea moss that I use and my juicer that I use, which are two of my main things that I advertise for on my platform because I absolutely love them. Morpheus Sea Moss is the sea moss that I use, which I 100% trust their brand against any other sea moss. I know there's fake sea moss and everything out there, so that is a brand that I trust and use, as well as my Nama J2 juicer, which I have, you know, my discount code and all of that on my page as well, because I use my juicer every single day. Some people get, you know, confused about fruit sugar and processed sugar. So that I use every single day for my family.
Okay, I actually heard about that you shouldn't like juice too much or drink smoothies too much, because that is like over excess of sugar. It takes a toll on your body. I don't know. That's what I've heard. Is that true?
And me personally, I say no to that, because your body processes processed sugar and fruit sugar totally different. Like for somebody that eats cane sugar or something like that every single day, your body is going to look way different for somebody like me that does fruits every single day, or fruit juices like apple and beet juice every day. Like those things actually cleanse my body. Like I do those first thing in the morning. I feel great when I do that in the morning, especially like something like watermelon juice. It's majority water. Like it's literally is hydrating your body. That is very much different from you having a, you know, drink something with processed sugar in it. Your body is going to react to those things very different, because like I said, things that are in high water content, watermelon, cantaloupe, strawberries, all of those are good for your body. Processed sugar, cucumber, not at all.
Right. Are there any books, like health books, that you've read that you know, increased your knowledge and information of what you know now, or possibly your fiance, you know, have around the house that you took a look at?
Shoot, I wish I had that book with me. I cannot remember the name right now. I do link books in my Amazon storefront, which is in my bio as well on all of my platforms. There is a book. It is not a, it's by Dr. African
Holistic Health?
Yes, African Holistic Health. I love that book. But that's one of the only books that that I've actually read that I feel like has helped my journey. Otherwise, it's been connecting with a lot of people online, watching videos and things of that nature. Because I feel like the more that you talk to other people that are in this lifestyle, you can further your journey as well, because you're getting their experiences, you're getting what they feel like work for their body, and you can see if it works for yours. Again, I've been on this social media journey, let's say October of not this year, last year. Because I started my Instagram page June of last year. So the followers and everything that I have on my page now, I literally just started in June of last year. It just kind of grew really crazy, really fast. So again, all of my connections have been purely through social media and learning my journey from there. So that's why when I talk to people, it's just like, hey, like, let me try to give you all the information that I have on this topic, because that's how you learn. Like, you learn from other people, and especially in our community, being a Black woman, I feel like it's so pertinent for me and my community to give my people like whatever information I have to help us, especially since we have people that have, you know, diabetes, heart disease, and all of these things that are prevalent in our communities. I want to be able to help anybody that I can change, you know, their lifestyle. So as much as I want to give, like, I want to give so much more to my page than what I'm giving now. That's why I'm going to do the YouTube page, for me to be able to make long form content.
Okay. Dope. So we do have one question, family. If you have any questions, please drop them in the question box. This sister stated, Destin 46. I need help. I have 1 million sensitivities to raw fruit and veggies, and I know it's directly related to my poor gut health. How do I cleanse with all these food sensitivities?
Oh wow, that is a lot. But also, like, I do, if you have never did any type of fasting before, I know that has helped some people. Like my fiance, he water fasts and fruit fasts. So like you say, you have a lot of sensitivities to raw fruit, so I would maybe suggest doing a pure water fast for just maybe a couple of days to see how your body reacts. So yes, detox. Everybody that says detox, that's what I'm talking about. Detox your body.
I mean, that's
first.
what fasting is. Fasting is detoxing. So.
Yes, so to give your body a little bit of time to do some fasting and detoxing, because you have to realize when we fast and we detox, we're literally trying to get rid of years and years and years of BS in our body. So it may take a little bit of time for your body to say like, hey, like, I need to get used to this whole different lifestyle of food. Give your body a chance. Be patient with your body. If I'm trying to transition now at 26 years old, I've had 26 years of BS in my body. Give your body a chance to be able to, you know, to do that pure detox.
Word, man. Dope. All right, family. Let's see if we have any others real quick before we conclude. Cool. So let's just say, what advice, suggestions, or motivation would you give to again, someone who wants to transition their toddler and their family, right, from say being a carnivore to being vegan? What advice would you give to them?
Yes. So number one, get your kids in the kitchen. Get them in the kitchen to see what they are eating. I know I have some hidden veggie like recipes, but they're not hidden to them. It's just hidden in like the sauces and stuff. But let them know like, hey, like, you're eating this and it's good. They also have to see you eating healthy. Yes. It makes no sense for you to try to feed them all these healthy foods, but they see you at the kitchen table eating something different. Right. Like, that's not going to help them in their journey. Think that, hey, like, you know, I'm eating this way, but why can't I eat, you know, the way my parents eat or people around me eat? So that's not helpful for them. So yes, number one, get them in the kitchen. Number two, make their journey easier by you eating things, and they're going to naturally gravitate towards those things. Like, there's been some things, like I had my green juice, I want to say maybe a couple months ago, that was pineapple and kale. Did I think my toddler was going to drink that? No, but she sees me drinking it. She's like, hey, like, I want some. She drank like 2-3 cups of pineapple kale juice.
Wow.
She's a toddler.
Wow.
So she likes those things because she's like, hey, my mom likes it. I see her eating
Right.
it. I'm going to eat it too.
Right.
So definitely be a example.
Right.
You know, for your kids. So be an example, get them in the kitchen. And also, if they're already eating, you know, meat and things like that, make them food that is similar. So this, for example, spaghetti. You can easily make something like spaghetti vegan or plant-based. Use chickpea noodles. You can use a regular spaghetti sauce. I usually try to do it organic. I do the Simple Truth mushroom and tomato sauce, and I do lentils in there. That's something that's familiar to them, and it's not too much off, but it's something healthier for their body.
Right.
So you're taking out the additives in there, but they're still having a food that they're used to. So it's not like this big shock to their body and what they're eating. So when they look at their plate, they see something that's familiar. So you can slowly transition them into meals that they're unfamiliar with. Once they think like, you know, these things are good, so I'm good, you know, especially for older kids. Now you can do a little bit more with younger kids because they don't really know, you know, one or the other. They just want something good.
Right.
But for older kids, it's very important to try to get them something that they know, you know, that they're used to. And hey, just something, one ingredient is different. Instead of the meat, you're doing lentils. You're doing something different other than what they're used to. Walnut meat. My family loves when I do the walnut meat. It has chickpeas, mushrooms, I think a lentil mix for the meat.
And walnuts.
Again.
And walnuts, right?
Yes, walnuts. Yes. So that is, again, a meal that tastes so good that is similar to regular spaghetti, but it's just plant-based. We have to stop thinking that, you know, the meals that we used to have are going to be so much different from what we can create in the kitchen. And again, they're going to like those things. My daughter loves cooking. She loves juicing, and she's just 2 years old. It's because she sees me in the cooking so much. When she's doing her, you know, make believe and playing, when she's in her room, she's cooking.
Right, nice.
So that is like, I feel like that's so funny. But again, that's just, you know, the
example
that I'm setting for her.
Dope. Barbara underscore Mats 2006 said, do you use tofu?
Very seldomly. I don't use tofu as much. I used to do it quite a bit, but I only do tofu here and there, especially like with soy products in general. Again, only here and there. My daughter, she happens to love tofu. Whenever I do cook it, it's just tofu, seasonings, nothing else, you know, for that. And I do it like in my skillet, cast iron, and things of that nature. Also soy-free tofu I've seen at the store. I've used chickpea tofu before. Okay. One is hemp seed tofu they have at Whole Foods. So like when you go to Whole Foods, I would suggest doing all of your shopping there. Look for those specialized products that are going to help you in your journey. Like I said, I've seen hemp seed tempeh before. Like they can be soy free. Chickpea tofu, like all of those things. You can even make your own tofu from lentils. So if you don't want to eat soy or you can't eat soy, there's 1,000 alternatives for you as well.
And of course, the lesser the ingredients, the better for you.
Yes,
indeed. All right, family. So thank you for tuning in. Sister, so what's next for you? Any upcoming projects, a next book? What's next for you?
I really want, what I'm working on right now is doing another ebook for the nice cream recipes that I have. Summer is coming up, and I know kids are going to, parents are going to want their kids to eat healthier. So doing a whole nice cream series. My audience really responded well. So I did a berry nice cream, and I think it was a tropical nice cream that I did with coconut cream in it for my daughter. She absolutely loved it. So I was like, if I did these couple of videos, like nice cream is so, you know, it's so full with everything you can do. So I want to do a whole series of nice cream in an ebook for parents this summer. So that's what I'm working on next. And then, like I also said, I am going to get that long form YouTube content started. So for anybody that is following me, please follow my YouTube page because those videos are coming, and follow me on all platforms.
Also, indeed. And make sure that you click the link in our bio for this full interview. DTR 360 Books. Family, I thank you for staying on for so long. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom, shalom. Hotep, Islam, Alafia. Peace.
Thank you.